Senior secrets. Over 60? 3 dangerous foods to avoid and 3 to eat daily for better health. They told us to eat healthy foods. But what if I told you that's not the whole truth? What if the very foods you've been trusting for years may be contributing to long-term health issues without you realizing it? For people over 60, this is not just a possibility, it's a hidden epidemic. Studies now show that some of the most common foods, even ones we think are good for us, can actually accelerate aging, damage our blood vessels, and are associated with chronic inflammation, which research has linked to conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cognitive decline. And here's the terrifying part. Most seniors have no idea. We heard from a viewer, we'll call him John, a recent retiree who thought he was doing everything right. He played golf, enjoyed his meals, and felt fine. But during a routine checkup, his doctor gave him a wake-up call. Dangerously high blood pressure, red flag cholesterol, and concerns about diabetes. John was shocked. But as he began reviewing his daily meals more carefully, it became clear that a few common foods were quietly working against his health. In this video, we'll reveal the 3 dangerous foods John learned he had to eliminate. The 3 powerful foods he used to completely turn his health around. Everything you will hear is backed by real science, peer-reviewed studies, and decades of senior nutrition research. Section 1. The 3 dangerous foods to avoid. No. Let's start with the foods you must eliminate before they silently destroy your health. Moving these from the daily list to the rarely, if ever, list is the most powerful first step you can take. Dangerous. Food 1. Processed meats. Number 1 on the bad list is something that lives in millions of refrigerators. A symbol of convenience. Processed meats. We're talking about deli meats like ham and turkey, bacon, sausages, and hot dogs. For John, a quick ham sandwich was a daily ritual. What could be wrong with that? Well, here's the problem. These meats are loaded with sodium, nitrates, and phosphates to keep them preserved. For a body over 60, this is a metabolic nightmare. The high sodium drives up blood pressure, putting a direct strain on your heart. But the real trouble often lies with the phosphates. As we age, our kidney function becomes less efficient. When excess phosphate builds up in your blood, it can pull calcium from your bones, making them weak and brittle, and can even lead to dangerous calcification in your arteries. And then there are the nitrates. These preservatives have been linked in numerous studies to an increased risk of colorectal cancer. Recent, large-scale studies have also drawn a frightening connection between processed meats and cognitive decline. One study reported that people who ate just a quarter of a serving of processed meat per day, that's less than a single slice of bacon, had a significantly higher risk of developing dementia. Finally, there's the food safety risk. Deli meats can be a breeding ground for bacteria like listeria. For a younger person, this might mean a few unpleasant days. But for someone over 65, the risk is much higher. In fact, adults over 65 are 4 times more likely to get a listeria infection. And for them, it can pose serious health risks for older adults. The solution is a simple swap. Instead of processed deli meat, use leftover roasted chicken or turkey you've cooked at home. Canned tuna or salmon are excellent, protein-rich alternatives. Dangerous food 2. Sugary and fried foods. Next on our list are the foods that often bring the most comfort, but act as a double-edged sword. Sugary and fried foods. This is everything from pastries and cookies to sodas and French fries. John had a sweet tooth. An afternoon cookie was his daily pick-me-up. He saw it as a harmless indulgence. But here's the agitation. These foods are a recipe for empty calories and inflammation. When you eat a refined pastry, your blood sugar spikes, forcing your pancreas to work overtime. Over time, your cells become resistant to insulin, which is the direct precursor to type 2 diabetes. This constant cycle of high blood sugar is a major cause of chronic inflammation throughout your body. Think of inflammation as a slow-burning fire, and it's now understood to be a root cause of nearly every major age-related disease, heart disease, arthritis, and even Alzheimer's. The trans fats in fried foods only add fuel to this inflammatory fire. The impact on your brain is just as concerning. Diets high in added sugar have been directly linked to faster cognitive decline. Some researchers have even started calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes because of the strong link between insulin resistance and the disease. The solution isn't about banning all treats forever. It's about making smarter swaps. Instead of a cookie, try a bowl of fresh berries with plain Greek yogurt. If you crave something fried, an air fryer can give you that same crispy texture with a tiny fraction of the oil. John swapped his afternoon. Soda for sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, and found his energy levels became much more stable. Dangerous food 3. Raw or undercooked animal products, our third. Dangerous food might surprise you because it's often marketed as fresh or gourmet. We're talking about raw or undercooked animal products. This includes sushi, raw oysters, rare steaks, eggs with runny yolks, unpasteurized soft cheeses, and even raw sprouts. John loved his weekend eggs Benedict with runny, poached eggs. Here's why this is a major problem after 60. As we get older, our bodies face a double jeopardy with foodborne illness. First, our immune system weakens. Second, our stomach acida, crucial first line of defense that kills bacteria, often decreases. This combination means a bout of food poisoning from salmonella in undercooked eggs, which might be a bad day for a 30-year-old, can be a life-threatening event for a 70-year-old. The risk is not theoretical. According to the CDC, nearly half of people aged 65 and older who get a lab-confirmed illness from bacteria like salmonella or E. coli end up in the hospital. The solution here is simple and non-negotiable. Cook your food thoroughly. Use a food thermometer for meats. Eggs should be cooked until both the white and the yolk are firm. This means swapping poached eggs for a well-done omelet or scrambled eggs. And always choose pasteurized dairy products. The peace of mind is well worth the trade-off. Section 2. The 3 foods to eat daily. Now that we've cleared out the dangerous items, let's talk about what to add in. This is the exciting part. The foods that actively work to protect your body, sharpen your mind, and add life to your years. Beneficial. Food 1. Leafy greens and colorful berries. Our first must-eat is a dynamic duo, leafy greens and colorful berries. Think of spinach and kale as your body's protectors, and blueberries and strawberries as your brain's best friends. Here's the benefit. These foods are the champions of the antioxidant world, fighting the cellular damage that drives aging and chronic disease. Leafy greens are packed with vitamin K, which is essential for building strong bones, and they provide calcium and magnesium to help prevent osteoporosis. For your brain, these foods are nothing short of miraculous. A study from Rush University found that older adults who ate just 1 serving of leafy greens per day had a slower rate of cognitive decline, showing the cognitive abilities of people 11 years younger. Berries are full of powerful antioxidants called flavonoids, which have been shown to improve blood flow to the brain, directly supporting memory and learning. Here's your actionable tip. Aim for at least 1 serving of leafy greens and 1 serving of berries every single day. It's easier than you think. Toss a large handful of spinach into soups or stews. Keep a bag of frozen mixed berries in your freezer to add to oatmeal or plain yogurt. Beneficial food 2. Whole grains and legumes. Our second beneficial food group is another tag team, whole grains and legumes. This means switching from white bread to oats, quinoa, and brown rice, and embracing the power of beans, lentils, and chickpeas. Here's the benefit. The magic ingredient here is fiber. Soluble fiber, found in oats and beans, forms a gel in your gut that traps bad cholesterol and prevents it from being absorbed. It also slows down sugar absorption, preventing those dangerous blood sugar spikes. Insoluble fiber, found in whole wheat, acts like a broom, sweeping through your digestive system to prevent constipation, a common and debilitating issue for many seniors. We saw this firsthand in a patient, a 68-year-old man who had struggled with high cholesterol and constipation for years. His daughter convinced him to try 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed in his yogurt each morning. By the 3rd week, he was having daily, effortless bowel movements for the first time in over a decade. His total cholesterol dropped 40 points in 3 months. More than that, he said his stomach no longer felt heavy and tight after meals. Here is your actionable tip. Make simple swaps. Choose whole grain bread. Start your day with oatmeal. Try meatless Mondays with a hearty bean chili or lentil soup. Adding a can of rinsed chickpeas to your salad is an instant boost of protein and fiber. Beneficial food 3. Fatty fish. Our third and final must-eat food is fatty fish. We're talking about cold water fish like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines. John started having salmon for dinner twice a week. The benefit comes from their high concentration of omega-3 fatty acids. Think of omega-3 South as your body's internal anti-inflammatory squad. If sugar and processed foods are starting fires in your body, omega-3 South are the firefighters rushing in to put them out. This is incredibly important for managing the aches and pains of arthritis. For your heart, omega-3 South lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and slow the development of plaque in your arteries. And we can't forget the brain. Your brain is about 60% fat, and a large portion of that is DHA, a key omega-3. It's a critical building block for your brain cells, helping to maintain function and reduce the risk of dementia. Here is your actionable tip. The American Heart Association recommends eating 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Grilling and baking are the healthiest ways to prepare it. And don't overlook canned options. Canned salmon and sardines are fantastic, affordable sources of omega-3 South. John's story had a positive outcome. 6 months after his wake-up call, he reported improvements in his blood pressure, cholesterol, and overall energy levels. He didn't follow a radical diet, just made a few thoughtful changes based on better food choices. Of course, results like John's can vary from person to person. Always consult with your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before making major changes to your diet or lifestyle. Let's quickly recap. The 3 foods to avoid are processed meats, sugary and fried foods, and raw or undercooked animal products. The 3 to embrace daily are leafy greens and berries, whole grains and legumes, and fatty fish. Making these changes is one of the most empowering things you can do for your health after 60. It's not about deprivation. It's about substitution. You have the power to build a stronger, more resilient body and a sharper mind, ensuring your later years are truly golden. We hope this video has empowered you. If it has, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these food swaps are you going to try first? Do you have a favorite healthy recipe that includes one of our must-eat foods? Sharing your journey can inspire someone else to begin theirs. Thanks for watching, and here's to your health.